And then at the bottom, we're going to see attendees hopefully come in. Did you do one this week already or last week?
Last week, yeah.
Last week, okay. And what were the numbers? How many students showed up?
They were pretty good. We had
Okay.
about, I would say about 10.
10, okay.
Yeah. And then I think the biggest thing for us is that students then come back afterwards and then watch the recording. And then they get the information on Canada and on Brock that they want then.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's 5 p.m. where you are in California now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just turned 5 right now.
Nice.
What time is it there? Like 7?
8.
Oh, it's 8. Oh, it's like East Coast time then.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's like the neighboring state? So is it New York and what?
Yeah, so do you know where the Great Lakes are? Like Lake Ontario, Lake Erie?
I think if I see the map, I'll see. Is that the one that also goes with Michigan, or is that something else?
Yeah, so Ontario does connect to Michigan.
Okay.
It's probably like a 5-hour drive from where we are. If you hang out in the presentation for the first 5 slides, you'll see a map.
Oh, you'll talk about it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll wait like 1 more minute.
Yeah.
No one shows up and do your thing.
So we're like right at the bottom of Ontario.
Which one of these
So do you see over by New York, that like small little line over by New York? That's where we are. Yeah. So then Detroit would be on the other side with the border.
Oh, okay, I see it. Brock University. Wow, you're right next to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, I used to drive by it every day on my way to school.
Awesome.
So yeah, we're kind of situated between the 2 Great Lakes, up on the Niagara Escarpment. So it's a really beautiful location.
Got it. So it probably gets really cold then here, huh?
Not too bad. It goes down to about -8.
-8, okay.
So we're not as cold as Buffalo, and we don't get as much snow as Buffalo or Toronto.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Because of our location between the lakes, and because we have the escarpment, which is like a raised long ridge. The way that the wind goes, the snow from Lake Erie dumps on Buffalo, and the snow from Lake Ontario goes up and dumps on Toronto, and we're a little bit protected.
Wow. Okay. That's very interesting, because in my thoughts, like the more north you go, the colder
we're actually, if you look on the map now, we're actually further south than a lot of parts of the States.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
So like you can see, like there's a lot of states that are a lot further north.
I see, yeah.
And even like compared to Chicago gets way more snow than we do because of their position on the lake.
Oh yeah. Okay, very cool. So it looks like maybe no one showed up. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. I'm gonna just take my video out and I'll let you do your thing.
Awesome. Okay, great. Perfect. Hi everyone, and thank you for joining a webinar on Brock University, which is situated in Niagara, Ontario, Canada. For today's webinar, we will be talking about our location, so why coming to study in Ontario, Canada. We're also going to go through the Brock experience and what makes our university unique. We are going to talk about co-op and experiential education, as well as the different student support services available. Then we're going to go over living on campus and residence, fees and different scholarships, and then of course the application process. So to give you a little bit of information about me, my name is Karen Dancy and I'm an international recruitment officer with Brock University. I'm also a 2-time graduate of Brock University, having got my master's and my undergraduate degree at Brock in political science, public policy, and international relations. So to give you a little bit of information about Brock, we are considered a mid-sized Canadian public school. We have approximately 19,000 students, and we have over 100 different countries represented on campus. So we do have just over 2,500 international students on campus. This doesn't include any dual citizens. So just about 13% of our population are international students. We do have over 70 different undergraduate programs across 7 different academic faculties. So on your screen, you will see a map of Canada. As you can see, Brock is located more south in Canada. So I know a lot of students, when they think about coming to study in Canada, they think that we're very far up north, very, very cold. But actually, when you line up the latitudes, you'll see that we're actually more south than many parts of Europe, and we're even south of some of the northern states as well. We are one of the warmest cities in Canada, so our temperatures do range from about -8 up to 27 degrees Celsius, which is about 82 degrees Fahrenheit. So looking at a more closer snapshot of our location. So Brock University is located in the city of St. Catharines, which is in the Niagara region in Southern Ontario. We're approximately 30 minutes away from Buffalo, New York, and 60 minutes drive south of Toronto. We are about only 10 to 20 minutes away from the Niagara Falls as well, so it's a really beautiful place to be and very accessible. We are situated between Lake Ontario and Lake Erie, on top of a UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve on the Niagara Escarpment. So some of you may be asking, why study in Canada? What are the benefits of studying in Canada? So the first things first, public universities in Canada do offer internationally recognized degrees. This means that you're able to take your degree from a Canadian institution anywhere in the world. So you can choose to go back into the United States to work after you graduate, and your degree will be recognized. Another great reason is because Canada is affordable, especially now with the current exchange rate, allowing US students to save about 25 to 30% based on the exchange rate. 75 of the 96 universities are publicly funded, meaning that we do have to adhere to very high standards of education. Another great reason to choose a Canadian university are the paid co-op opportunities. So I am going to get more into paid co-op opportunities and experiential education later on in the presentation as well. I do want to highlight that in Canada, there is a difference between a university and a college. Those two things are not interchangeable. So today I will be talking about a university, so specifically 3- and 4-year bachelor's degrees. And I do want to mention that as an international student in Canada, you are able to work on or off campus while you're a full-time student up to 20 hours a week. And after you graduate, you are eligible to apply for a postgraduate work permit for up to 3 years. So now that you know why you want to study in Canada, I am going to bring up the top 5 reasons as why our international students choose Brock. So the number 1 reason is safety. So Brock is actually located in one of the safest regions in all of Canada. When you think of Canada, you think it's a pretty safe country. So to be in one of the safest regions, you know you're in a fantastic location. The second reason is our affordable living. So compared to Toronto, which is only a 60-minute drive away, we are 67% less expensive than living in Toronto. When you calculate that over the span of a 4-year degree, that's a lot more money in your pocket. We do have personalized international student support as well. So we do have a team dedicated to international student success. As an international student, you are able to take part in transitional and ongoing academic, language, and social programming to get the most out of your studies. We're here to help you succeed. The fourth reason is our career-driven programming. So we do have career-driven degrees like game design, public health, and sport management, along with experiential education opportunities like our co-op work terms, internships that can prepare you for your career and make the transition from school into the workplace that much more seamless. The fifth reason is that Brock leads to success. So our Brock graduates actually enjoy one of the highest postgraduate employment rates in all of Canada at 96.5%. So on your screen, you should be able to see a photo of our campus there. So as I mentioned, we are located up on the Niagara Escarpment, which is a UNESCO World Biosphere Reserve. All of our land is environmentally protected, and it takes about 15 minutes to walk from one side of campus to the other. The big tall building that you see in the middle of the screen, that is our library. It's 13 stories high, and it is the center of campus. Then over to the left-hand side, you'll see some of our sports facilities, and then to the right, more of our academic buildings. And as you probably have guessed, we do offer on-campus housing as well. That I'll get into more detail later on in the presentation. So Brock University is a very modern school. So we were established in 1964, and in the last 10 years, we have expanded. So we do have a very modern campus. One of the most exciting highlights that I do want to mention is that we are the site for the Canada Summer Games in what was summer 2021, but because of COVID, it's now going to be in summer 2022. But we are getting a brand new sports facility for the Canada Summer Games that will include a new outdoor track and field facility. So at Brock University, we are the Brock Badgers. So we have won 44 national championships and 82 provincial championships. Unlike in the United States, Canada does not participate in the NCAA. So we do participate in OUA sports and Canada sports. We do have many sports to choose from, whether you are looking at participating at the club or intramural level, all the way up to varsity, which competes across Canada. I myself was on the women's rowing team and was able to compete at nationals on the east coast of Canada in Halifax. So if you are a prospective athlete, I do encourage you to go on our website and fill out a prospective athlete form to get in contact with your coach ahead of time. I did mention earlier that we are expanding for the Canada Summer Games. We're also expanding our fitness facilities as well. So all students at Brock do have unlimited access to our on-campus fitness facilities as part of their tuition, and we hope to open that very shortly. We also do have an indoor Olympic-sized swimming pool right on campus that all Brock students have access to as well, included in their tuition and fees. So now moving on to review some of the programs offered at Brock University. As I mentioned, we do have over 70 different undergraduate programs across 7 academic faculties, which includes applied health science, education, our Goodman School of Business, humanities, our fine and performing arts school, mathematics and science, and social science. One thing I do want to mention is that we do offer 42 co-op programs. So that is when a co-op work terms are actually built into your 4-year degree to allow you to get experiential education as part of your learning. You are also able to review all of our programs, including the expected grade cutoff and the prerequisite courses on our website at www.brocku.ca/programs. There are a couple programs that I do want to highlight that are a little bit unique to Brock. The first one is our game design and game programming. This is a joint program with Niagara College, which is our local college. It's a very hands-on and technical program. The other one that I want to talk about is oenology and viticulture. So if you are a fan of wine and you know anything about the wine industry, the Niagara Escarpment is actually one of the best climates for growing grapes and making wine in the world. So we do have the Canadian cool climate wine industry within Brock, and we do have our winemaking program within that. The other program I do want to highlight is our sport management program, as Brock is the only school in Canada that offers a Bachelor of Sport Management. And then of course, because we are so close to the Niagara Falls, which is a world-class tourist destination, we do also offer tourism studies that has a co-op placement where students do work right in Niagara Falls in the tourism industry. So 100% of Brock University programs do offer experiential learning, whether that's through a formal co-op or internship, or that's through a field course or service learning. There are always going to be options, no matter what your major is, to add experiential learning to your experience at Brock. We also do offer global opportunities, including internships and field courses as well. And then if you are a student that's looking on to get further education after your undergraduate degree, we also do have Program Plus, specifically for Law Plus and for Med Plus, for those students looking to go on to law school or med school. As I mentioned before, Brock University graduates do enjoy one of the highest postgraduate employment rates in all of Canada at 96.5%. And as I mentioned, in Canada, a university is very different than a college, and studies have shown that graduates from a Canadian university earn up to 40% more in annual salary than those with just a college diploma alone. Now, I've said this buzzword a couple times throughout the presentation already, but I do want to talk about co-op education. So we do have over 40 co-op programs offered at Brock. About 15% of full-time Brock students are co-op students, and a co-op student would do 12 months minimum of relevant undergraduate work experience throughout their 4-year undergraduate degree. So co-op is the opportunity to get paid work experience while you're still a student, and it counts as part of your education. So why choose co-op? First of all, 80% of employers do say that co-op students are potential employees, so it does help you get a foot in the door to begin your career. You also get paid. So on average, our co-op students make between 18 to 23 Canadian dollars per hour. Minimum wage in Ontario is $14 per hour. So it's actually a great paying job while you're still a student. And then you are getting that relevant work experience. So you are able to network and build your resume while you're still a student, helping you then transition into your career a little bit easier after you graduate. At Brock, we do partner with over 6,000 different employers across Canada. When you do your co-op, you don't have to stay in the Niagara region, although many students do choose to, but you can go anywhere across Canada and even internationally to do a co-op work term if you wish. So on your screen, you should see a sample co-op work schedule. So as you can see, the first 2 years are very similar to that of a typical student who is not taking co-op. And then things start to change in the 3rd year, where instead of doing an academic term, you would actually do a work term. And then you would switch back and forth between a work term and an academic term until you complete your 4 years of study. The one thing I do want to note is that co-op students do tend to either work or study throughout the spring, summer after year 2 and year 3 and year 4. So normally students who are not in co-op would have those terms off, but co-op students do utilize that time. I do also want to mention that each co-op program is a little bit different and has different requirements. So this is just a sample co-op schedule, but your co-op schedule may look different. If co-op is not for you, that's okay, because there's still many other opportunities to build your career profile. So we do offer field courses in over 22 different countries. We do host over 100 different employers on campus each year. And we do have over 200 practical on-campus courses available to prepare you for the workforce. And of course, there's always wonderful opportunities to volunteer to build your resume as well. You can also decide to do an international mobility opportunity. So I myself decided to go on an exchange in my third year. I studied abroad in Canberra in Australia for 1 semester. I highly encourage all students to look into an extra international opportunity, whether that's exchange and study abroad or a short-term program, as we do have many wonderful options available through Brock University. We also do offer internships as well, where you can gain professional experience and then of course learn about culture and obtain new employable skills through your time abroad. The one thing that Brock is very, very proud about is our student rankings. So this is done each year by Maclean's magazine for all the universities in Canada. And we have been ranked in the top 3 in all of Canada for overall student satisfaction, and #1 for many years in a row now for mental health support services for our students. So we know that you need to be at your best in order to succeed. And so therefore we do have the support services available on campus to help you succeed. Each student also does have their own academic advisor at Brock, who are here to help guide you through your academic studies. So each program does have its own academic advisor who's available to meet with each student to discuss your path through universities and the different options available to you. So meetings are now taking place over Microsoft Teams due to COVID, but we're hoping that they will resume in person when our campus reopens. So as an international student, you do have access to a wide variety of unique international services that are included in your tuition. So this does include international student advising. So this could be about your health insurance plan, your visa and your study permit, and just adjusting to undergraduate studies and living in Canada. We also do offer weekly academic and language workshops, as well as different student engagement opportunities, and then of course the different international mobility opportunities as well. So Brock University has gone online for this academic year. So from this September until next May, due to the COVID-19 ongoing pandemic, Brock University is online. Luckily for our Brock students, we do strongly believe in supporting our students, and Brock International has developed new resources to assist students in transitioning to online studies. So this does include interactive online study groups, personalized one-on-one learning coaches, as well as our online sites that are dedicated on our dedicated learning management platforms. So there are many ways for international students to feel supported in an online learning environment. Now, hopefully, we will be able to open our campus again for next September. And if you are an incoming student, you may be interested in living on campus in residence. So for housing, you do have the choice to live either on campus or off campus. So the biggest things with on campus is that students typically move in on Labor Day weekend, and they move out after their last day of exams in April. Students should apply as soon as you can to live in housing, as we do have limited availability. And the application deadline for residents and the residence deposit is typically June 1st of each year. So we do have 4 different options when it comes to our residence. So we do have our traditional dorm. We also have our semi-suite option as well, which is similar to a traditional dorm, but you have a more private bathroom that you only share with one other room. Then we also do have our suite, which is an apartment style of living. So you have your own room in a 4-bedroom apartment with an access to a kitchen, family room, and dining room. And then we do have our 2-story townhouses as well. So 5 students do live in a 4-bedroom townhouse. So 2 students do share a room. And then you do have access to your own kitchen as well. A meal plan is available for all of our residence styles. Service desks are available 24/7 for any required service, and we do have just under 2,500 beds available, although we are currently building a brand new residence that should be open by next September. I do want to mention that 2/3 of our residence rooms are single rooms, so if you do prefer that, there are definitely options available. So we do offer a residence guarantee. If you are an international student that currently lives outside of Canada and you're coming directly to Brock from your high school, we do guarantee you a spot in our on-campus housing. We do need to receive your application and your fee, typically by June 1st of each year for the September start. This date is to be confirmed. Of course, with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, we're not quite sure what the future is going to look like. So now, of course, one of the most important questions, how much does it cost? So as you can see on your screen, all of the prices are listed there. So our tuition is around 20,000 US dollars a year, or between 26 and 28,000 Canadian dollars per year. We do also offer on-campus housing, and of course it does depend on whether you have your own room, share a room, or the style of residence that determines the cost. But it's anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 US dollars, or between 6 and 8,500, 9,000 Canadian dollars per year. And then our dining plan is just around 5,000 Canadian dollars per year. So the total anticipated costs, including your tuition, your bus pass, your gym membership, your housing, your dining, your textbooks, everything all included is approximately 30 to 36,000 US dollars a year, not including any scholarships that you may be eligible for. So Brock University does offer entrance scholarships, and our American and international students are eligible for them. So it's anywhere up to $16,000. We do also have automatic scholarships for international curriculums, which does include AP and IB as well. And then, of course, we do have our different donor awards and scholarships, which may be based on extracurricular activities, leaderships, and things like that. You are able to apply to those scholarships through what we call the One app. So instead of applying to 10 different scholarships with 10 different applications, Brock University has condensed all of our scholarships into one application that you can access through your student portal. So you can complete your application and then you're automatically considered for all the awards that you're eligible for. The typical cutoff for that scholarship application is April 15th for the following September. So to give you a closer look at our scholarships, the two that I do want to point out is our International Curriculum Award. So as you can see for our AP students, if you do have, if you are a first year incoming undergraduate student with AP courses and you do take the exam in 3 or more of the AP courses with a score of 3 or more, you will be eligible for our International Curriculum Award. As well as if you are an IB student and you successfully complete the diploma, you will be automatically eligible for our International Curriculum Award. The other scholarship that I do want to mention is our Brock Scholars Award. So this is based on your incoming academic average from high school. So we do calculate your incoming average from your grade 12 courses, and if you have an A- admission average or higher, you are eligible for our Brock Scholars Award, which is anywhere from $1,000 to $4,000 per year. So it is renewable if you maintain an 80% average while you are a student at Brock. So that can be from $4,000 to $16,000 total over the course of your degree. So now I do want to just briefly touch upon the application process, as it is a little bit different than coming from the States. So our application typically opens in late September, so it is hopefully opening next week. You are able to apply either directly through our website or on OUAC, which is the Ontario University's Application Centre. The Ontario University's Application Centre is similar to the Common Apps, but no grades or documents are submitted here. Those are still submitted to each individual school. So it is a single location to apply to all Ontario universities. So Ontario is the province in which we are located in. You do pay an application fee that gives you up to 3 choices of schools. You are able to apply to more than 3 schools, but there is an additional fee for each choice above 3. And then after you apply, you do work with each individual school to submit your documents and work your way through the admission process. So at Brock, we do have our direct application available for all applicants as well as OUAC. So the only reason that you would apply through OUAC is if you are applying for multiple Ontario schools. Otherwise, you can just apply through our website. We do have subject prerequisites depending on the program in which you are applying to. As I mentioned earlier, all of our programs do list the expected cutoff average as well as the prerequisite programs on our website. So that's www.brocku.ca/programs. We do have a minimum of a B average for admissions into Brock University, but I do want to caution that meeting the minimum program requirements does not guarantee admission into Brock. I do want to mention though that the SAT and the ACT is not required for Brock. We're not even test optional, we just don't even accept the test scores. So you don't have to worry about standardized tests for your application to Brock. And I do want to caution that some programs do have an earlier application deadlines as well as extra documents required. So you definitely do want to check out the program website to make sure that you are doing everything on time. Now for our AP students, so we do have the eligibility to get transfer credits to Brock if you are an AP student and you have a minimum examination grade of 4. So that could earn you up to 2 Brock credits, which is almost half a year's worth of studies. We do require an official AP transcript as part of the evaluation process. And then for our IB students, so IB applicants may be awarded a maximum of 3 transfer credits for HL examinations completed at a minimum grade of 5. So the 3 transfer credits is just over 1 full semester, so half a year of studies. So you are definitely starting off with a little bit of a head start if you do qualify for those transfer credits. So as you can see through the flow chart, there are 2 options when applying to Brock. As I mentioned, you can apply directly through our website. We do offer entry in fall, which is September, winter, which is January, and spring, which is May. And you can apply for all of those semesters through our online application at our website. If you are applying to multiple Ontario universities and you're looking to start in the fall term, so in September, you can apply at ouac.on.ca, so the Ontario University Application Centre. I do encourage all of you to get connected with us. So we are available on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. I highly recommend checking out our Instagram page. So that's either at Brock University or at BrockUINTL for our specific international site. And then lastly, I do want to encourage you to take a virtual tour of Brock. This is a wonderful opportunity to really explore our campus. Each section does come with an explanation as well as different photos and videos of where you are on campus. So our online tour can be found at uvisit.com/tour/Brock. And it does include 360-degree views of our campus, and it really is a great way to experience a little bit of our community. So that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for your time and for taking the opportunity to learn a bit more about Brock. If you did have any questions, you're always able to email me at international@brocku.ca.
Awesome. Thank you for presenting, Karen.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me.
Got it. You have your bachelor's and master's in Brock. Next time I see you, you better get your PhD.
Sounds like a plan. I better get on that.
Okay. Have a
Have a
good
great
day.
night.
Thank you.
Bye.